Hey guys, Ngotie here with another War Thunder video. This will be my first ever plane review. I wasn't quite sure which plane I was going to review first, but in the end it was only ever going to be one plane, and that's the Yak-9T. If you guys are at all familiar with War Thunder, you'll know that there's no more controversial plane that gets more flack on the forums than the Yak-9T. Hell, even I've been known to scream until I'm blue in the face on stream, spurting out such lines as "Whoever flies a Yak-9T or any Russian plane is either a complete asshat or a derping window licker." I've now switched to Russia as my main nation, and now all my viewers think I'm the biggest hypocrite in the world, and I'm as evil as Darth Vader. However, I will try my best to be 100% honest and give it a fair review. So, the Yak-9T, some facts and figures. The Yak-9T is a level 8 fighter in the Russian tech tree. It has a max speed of 598 km per hour at 12,890 feet. It has a max altitude of 32,800 feet. Its turn time is 18.5 seconds. It has a rate of climb of 16 meters per second. Its armament is one 12.7mm machine gun and one 37mm cannon, which gives it a 1 second burst mass of 3.99 kilograms. This burst mass of 3.99 kilograms is a hint of what's to come, and why this plane gets so much flack. With the game still being in the beta, these facts and figures are pretty much meaningless, especially when it comes to flying in arcade mode. But if we compare the Yak-9T to a similar level tier plane from a different nation, like the Bf-109G2, a level 9 German fighter which is one level higher than the Yak-9T, it has a 1 second burst mass of only 1.6 kilograms, with its two 7.92 machine guns and one 20mm cannon. The 109 is quicker. It has a max speed of 636 km per hour, and it can do this at a much higher altitude. The climb and turn rate are slower than the Yak-9's, 20 meters per second and 20 seconds respectively, so even on paper the Yak-9T seems to be the bargain of the century. But what you guys really want to know is how it flies and feels, and is there anything else we can learn that the facts and figures can't tell us. So let's jump into a game or two and find out if this plane truly deserves all the hate it gets. The problem with this plane is because it's so easy to fly, it's very easy to do well in it, especially if you're like me who didn't go down the Russian tech tree first. So if you have the slightest idea of what you're doing in War Thunder, it is very easy to get kills and earn ridiculous amounts of XP and lines. If I'm in my Tempest for example, I know not to hang around at low altitude whilst getting myself into dogfights. Most planes have an Achilles heel of some sort, but the Yak-9T can pretty much do anything and do it well. It's not a master of anything, it doesn't have the best firepower, it's not the fastest, it's not the most agile, it's just bloody good at all of them. Well, it does do one thing really well, and it seems to be a trait of most of the Russian planes. It has the ability to retain its energy very well. In sharp turns it won't lose its speed like other planes, and can climb like no other plane ever flown, which makes it very good at chasing the high altitude heavy bombers right from the get-go. It has the uncanny ability to withstand crazy amounts of damage and still keep doing the job. For example, here in this clip I have an enemy D3A1 on my tail, and just watch the damage indicator turn more and more red, but the plane still manages to be flyable enough to make my escape. I do have one gripe, and it's a bit trivial to be honest, because it's so good at keeping its energy. It's a lot harder to land than every other plane I've flown. In other planes, if you're approaching the airfield, all you need to do is wiggle the rudder using Q and E to drop the speed to a suitable landing speed. But you can do this forever and a day in a Yak-9T, it just won't lose its speed. I've lost count the amount of times I've only just landed in time or overshot the runway. Whilst I'm flying the Yak-9T, I also get the feeling that a guy who's just bought a brand new Ferrari gets. That all the other pilots and drivers on the road in the sky are all giving him the middle finger as they fly or drive past. The Yak-9T is definitely a Marmite plane. You either love it or you hate it. I feel the true test of any plane that might be too good, or might be in the wrong bracket, is that did I start to fly the plane like a complete bell end? Then yes, I did. I surely lost the feeling of, if I don't pay attention 100% of the time, I might get a bandit on my tail and I might die. Instead I gained the feeling that I like to think the Hulk gets when he's pissed off. At times in my head I was screaming, "Come at me bro, I'll kick your teeth in," whilst flying into a swarm of enemy fighters. I'm not gonna lie, at the time this was recorded in 1.29, with the change to the economy, it has been my saving grace. It has made the grind for pennies and the XP enjoyable and bearable. So, to sum up, is the Yak-9T worth the money? Yeah, of course it is. It doesn't take a genius to work that out. Should you guys give me hell for switching to Russia? Yes, by all means, flame away. But what I will say is that I'm a strong believer of the pilot makes the plane. And finally, do I think the Yak-9T's inverted commas overpowered? Well, if I'm honest, the answer would have to be it's bloody marvellous.